So, our son's story, I guess, it he other than talking a little bit late and walking a little bit late, he seemed like every other kid to me. Now, most kids don't go from saying ball to dulcimer, but his parents aren't exactly normal either, so it seemed not that big a deal. Um, Things changed dramatically when he went to school in kindergarten. It just was awful from the start. Couldn't do the didn't work, didn't listen. He wasn't disruptive or any of that kind of thing. It was like he closed up. And we really hadn't seen that before. But he's an only child and we spend a lot of time with him, and I guess you just don't notice little things that other people do. In first grade, he had a wonderful teacher that I had worked with as a volunteer, and I was also in his classroom, and being in there you saw more, and we both pretty much at the same time, his dad, I, and his teacher, all came to the conclusion that attention was definitely a problem. And it wasn't that he was bouncing everywhere, which had been, as a teacher myself, had been my experience. You couldn't tie a kid down with a belt and hold him in a seat. That wasn't his problem. It was here and there and do. He couldn't focus long enough to do anything he needed to or wanted to. And so we had him tested for attention issues, and he just bombed the testing to ADHD, and it was inattentive, the inattentive type. And we put him on medicine to help with that, and he could tell you, like, wow, everything's so much clearer with the medication. But then after you got rid of the not being able to do anything for very long or hold attention to do anything at all, once that was gone, you started to see other things. Like other things became more prominent, like not looking you in the eye when he talked to you, and just lots of other things. I mean, he was never like the other kids, but I don't know. His regular doctor, when we took him in for the medicine, his regular doctor had had a baby, so she wasn't there. We saw a different physician in the practice, and she suggested, have you ever had him tested for autism? He walked late and he talked late and different things, and I was like, dude, I mean, his dad's weird, I'm weird, we're not normal, he's just like us. And she says, well, you might want to think about it. And the more I really looked at it and read about it, and we decided to do that because when you, like I said, you took away the attention issues and other things became quite clear that they were off. And so we did that testing, and he came up as having Asperger's. So we did some behavior therapy she was wonderful, but it really didn't make a lot of changes. But she was so wonderful in that she had seen Snyder Therapy do a presentation at a conference, and she suggested it to us at one of his sessions. And we were like, sure. She said she really thought it would help him a lot. And so we came and had him tested, and he had things wrong that we had no idea, like he was seeing double. He never said a word. Nah, why would you? I'm sure that's how he always saw, so we had no idea. But why would, he read all the time. He always had his nose in a book. Why would you think he was seeing more than one? And he wasn't hearing, which explained why he responded to his dad better than me, because my voice is so high and his dad's was low. And there were so many things. Like, he was basically, after the testing, he was looking through a straw with both eyes. I didn't even know that was possible, that you could even not, I mean, if your eyes worked, I assumed they worked. I didn't know that there was anything different. And so much of the testing was very eye-opening and explained so many parts. and so much of him, I think. And so we, after that, went ahead with the intensive therapy with the table and the lights and the sound all together for 12 days. And that 12 days was just amazing. I mean, it was like the world opened up to him. He was so calm, and we didn't have him on his medicine for that 12 days. So it was wild. It was like we would go to the park in between and he'd be like, "Hey, do you see that dog?" I couldn't see the dog. I didn't know what he was talking about. And there was a dog. And yeah, that dog did look like a different, another dog he had seen. And, it was like the world just opened up to him. And you could ask him questions like, he would tell you, "How is it different now, Henry?" And he'd say, "Well, you see that fence over there?" He goes, "There would have been 2 of them before." And you were just, he could, number one, answer such a question clearly and concisely, and could tell the difference after that intensive therapy. And we did the light box following that, and we did several months of vision therapy sessions, which, again, it was a slower, it wasn't as much of a whoa, it was a slower whoa. He is a different kid. It's like he blossomed. It was like having a toddler again. He was doing things that you never expected him to do and didn't realize that necessarily he didn't do and that everybody else does. You just didn't think about it. I mean, he participated in a school program and sang and danced and things that he never did. And I think the parents at the program probably thought that I was nuts because I was just bawling, but he had never done that. Ever. And he danced and he sang and he wore makeup and a costume and he played his part just like everybody else, and he loved it. And stuff like that, not because it's important to me that he does it, it was because he never did it before. He has made friends on his own. He now, after we continued and did sensory ILS training or therapy, he has gotten up this school year multiple times and done math problems, which he struggled with, did math on the board, caught his mistake when he made one, got it right. That would have never happened either. It's hard to explain, this such a different kid. He's happier, not that he wasn't happy before, but he's happier. He just does so much stuff. I mean, one of the things was riding his bike with the ILS. That's what my husband did. He took time, which is what it takes. He took time and did all that with him. And Henry rides a bike. He rides a bike with no training wheels. He rides a bike better than I ride a bike. He zooms and goes, and kids like Henry don't ride bikes. Yeah.
Well, I think, I was going to say, I tried putting him on a bicycle, way before, we did any of the vision therapy, and that was you could tell that it was a total overload and a frustrating experience, and it's frustrating because you don't know what they're seeing or what they're missing or whatever, and certainly, if you don't have all the fundamentals down where your eyes and your balance and your hearing and things go together, then you don't have all the pieces, ready to ride a bicycle, or you don't have all the pieces to go out and interact and learn, or or make friends, or it's a whole set of things that you take for granted that you learned so long ago. And as a parent, there's 35 years between Henry and I, and I don't remember some of that stuff now, but that's something that you take for granted, that a little boy like Henry doesn't know the difference. I mean, so I just am thankful that we got help and we found it here, and it's been practical, and it's made a huge difference in everybody, and you can see it in the confidence that Henry has, and it's a real blessing.
Yeah, this place, they know exactly what to do. They know, hey, he's doing this, that means he needs this, or this is going on because of this. The amount of knowledge blows my mind. Whenever we are done, I'm sure we will be back, because I think of them like friends and family now. And people notice the difference. Other teachers at school, other people. I mean, he wouldn't say hi if you said hi to him in the hallway. He would find the wall and walk on it with his eyes down at his feet and would not respond to a hello at all from anyone. And now, anybody can say hi to him and he says hi back, even if he doesn't know them. He jokes around. He teases me. As he laughs because he heard me say that. He teases me. He jokes around. He has started understanding, like, the different levels of your voice, telling another person, well, she's mad now, you better listen to her at school. And there's just this vibrancy. I mean, he kind of was a little bit of a vibrant guy, in my opinion, but now he's just, it's like he just exudes, I don't know, whatever he has about him. he just exudes it, that there is something special about me, and now everybody can see it, kind of thing. And I just can't say thanks enough to his therapist for sending us here. And so glad, so glad to have come here and still come here. And it's just absolutely amazing, the difference from start to this point. And we're still not finished, but I don't care that we're not done. I think it's great. We can keep going, and he can, if he has a problem, I know that these people can help him. And before that, didn't feel that way. Didn't think anybody could help. So I thought this was how it was going to be, and we would just do our best to help him. And now he doesn't need my help very much, and it's wonderful, because he can do it himself. He figures it out himself.